Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I couldn't think of any jokes for tonight, so I had to poach from some other comedians. So bear with me. It's nice to see everybody here tonight. Better to be seen than viewed, of course. There's Terry. Where's Terry? He's from Iowa. Anyone ever been there? If you plan on going there, don't. All they got is corn.
That's true.
What a great looking bunch of people we have here. Pickleballers. All good looking, fit, except for a few. Right, Ron Trotter? And he's not here. Speaking of Ron, he may not be as nice as we think. Every time I see his wife, Candy, she's either going to surgery or coming from surgery. She had her wrists last year. Now it's her knee. Ron's an animal. This show is going to be like my pickleball. Brilliance. Surrounded by chaos and indecision. The other day I went to the Best Buy store just to buy some batteries. The guy behind the counter wanted my telephone number and my zip code. So I gave him my telephone number, 8675309, and my zip code, 90210. He never bat an eye. This is a true story that I'm going to tell you about. A couple of years back, the Las Vegas City Council passed a law against public urination and defecation. They stated that it was their number 1 and 2 priorities. You can't make that up. My aunt retired from the DMV last week. She'd been there 40 years. 40 years. She waited on 12 people. My wife is one of those Ancestry.com things. She discovered that one of her ancestors graduated from Harvard in 1636. 1636. And he just paid off his student loan. I was talking to one of my neighbors the other day, and he said to me, "You know, I've had extensive Botox." Only one of us could keep a straight face after that. Marriage. Aha. It's so good for you because you learn things that you didn't know when you were single. I realized I wouldn't have survived if I stayed single. I lived a wild life, living on the edge. Here's an example. I used to wear shoes in my house. I didn't know that I breathed too loud. She even knew how far away they could hear me. A mile. She's so smart. Now that I'm married, I know when it's time to leave a party. I used to stay till the end because I was having fun. Not now. I didn't know what all those kicks to the shin meant. How about this, guys? I never knew that I didn't know how to dress. Remember when you're going out, getting all dressed up? You come walking out of the bedroom, and you walk over, she looks at you and says, "No, no, no. Back, 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 I'll help you get dressed." Now, when I walk out of the bedroom, she gives me the look, I just walk right back in. You know, I went to the doctor the other day. They have to fill out all these darn forms, you know. Terrible. The nurse said to me, "Who do you want to notify in case of an emergency?" And I said, "The doctor." She said, "Do you have a big family?" And I said, "My dad's fat." She asked me if anything ran in the family, and I told her, bad decisions, broken dreams, and divorces. Anyway. And how about those prescriptions? Do you ever read those side effects? It may cause dizziness, chest pains, and vomiting. If it becomes bothersome, call your doctor. I don't know about you guys, but I want to be dizzy when I have chest pains and I'm vomiting. My wife and I went to a marriage counselor the other day. The marriage counselor said, the first thing I should say to my wife when I get up in the morning is, I love you. Not you again. My wife and I took our 4-year-old granddaughter to the mall. When we got home, we found she had stuck a candy bar in her pocket. We went right back to the mall. This time I took her to the jewelry store. I finally got a GPS the other day. I got the cheapest one you could get. All it says, there's a woman's voice on there telling me to turn over and ask for directions. The other day, my dad went to the urologist. They told him to bring in a sperm sample. So he brought in my younger brother. I went to a corn maze the other day. Must have been in Iowa. Right, Terry? I got lost for a couple of hours. Then I finally took my clothes off because I knew security would come. My grandmother, she made the most wonderful muffins every Sunday. One day I pulled her aside and I said, "What's your secret?" She bent over to me and said, "I never loved your grandfather." I thought she was going to say cinnamon or something. My wife was a psychology major in college, you know. They're always constantly psychoanalyzing you. Right, Joe? I wanted to fire the pool boy. She didn't want to. She said, "You feel threatened by the young virile male because you're getting older and you're coping with your mortality." I wanted to fire him because we don't have a pool. Pickleball, the reason we are here, it takes a lot of skill and Chardonnay. It's cutthroat and competitive, and that's just trying to get a court. You know how it works. When the time slot opens up, you're on your computer and you're going like crazy. My wife saw me doing that the other day and she said, "What are you doing? Trying to get Taylor Swift tickets?" I said, "No, I just wanted the court." You know, pickleball has helped me get over my depression. In the past, whenever I felt depressed, I'd go to Walmart and I'd feel a lot better about my life. Now, I just play pickleball and slam it into somebody. I always tell them I'm sorry, but I don't mean it. My grandfather came to America for a better life. But my grandmother tracked him down and ruined that. My wife told me the other day my daughter had been shoplifting. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but I'm going to wait till after my birthday. You know, growing up, my daughter talked back to her mother. Penny said, pick up your clothes. She says, no, I don't want to. I pulled her away and says, well, I want you to teach me how to talk back to her. I met my wife on jury duty. Because of me, she got acquitted. I've got no problem with trans people. In fact, when I was a little girl, the most important thing about a relationship is that you have to give her a lot of attention. Because if you don't, someone else will. Actually, that would be nice if somebody else would chip in. I found out how to turn a regular sofa into a sleeper. Just forget your wife's birthday. If at first you aren't successful, do it the way your wife told you. Don't believe everything you read on a public restroom wall. Pam is not always up for a good time. When I called that number, it was real awkward. When we sent 2 of our kids away to college, we were so sad, but then I found out they were English majors, so they'd be back in the basement soon. The other day I was getting a massage. I asked the masseuse, is it normal to get an erection? He said, yes. So I said, get it out of my face. By the way, for some of those you have an opinion about my pickleball game, remember I was ADHD before it was the trend that's going on now. So anyway, that's about all I got for now. I want to say thanks to everybody for setting this up.
I just want to say thank you to Jimmy's agent, Penny Kline. Penny is amazing. Jimmy wrote this material probably about maybe 12 hours ago.
Yep.
Yeah, so anyway, he is a funny guy. But Terry's going to come up to thank everybody again, but I don't know if he'll be invited back. Just kidding.